tonight is the second show.
The second one, man.
The second one.
Jay, man, hey, we been in here, man.
Yeah.
We been in here.
So, man, we elated. You know, it's been a long weekend. Everybody winding down in Birmingham, tuning in, ready to talk to Coach Lane.
Coach
the
Lane.
Man, Birmingham's emperor of basketball. So let me just last week we were talking about, I said, man, we got some accomplished guests. Tonight I started looking at my guy's resume. I said, man, we can't read all this. I said, man, this Joe, let's just say he's very well accomplished. Coach.
That resume sick.
Born and raised in Atlanta.
ATL.
Yeah.
Proud moment.
Yeah. Miles College graduate.
No doubt.
English major. We share that in common. I see the counseling on there. Messed around, had to do something with Alabama State. I feel you on
Yeah,
that,
man.
You know?
Yeah. You know,
Miles College Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they let me squeeze through the back, though.
Hey, you in there, though. You in there. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Mike.
Yeah.
11-time area champion.
Man.
4-time regional champion.
Wow.
City champ. 5 times. And this was, to me, stands out. It's very important. 3-time state championship winner. So is that why your social media handle said champion Lane?
That's a good question.
Hey man, I just thought, I don't know, man. I thought it fit, and it's not just basketball exclusive. You know, I fool with other sports, and I have, you know.
So that's
just what I aim for, man. You know, I aim for them championship.
Okay.
And that's in every sport, from softball to flag football, the track, the cross country. You know what I'm saying?
Tic-tac-toe.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, knowing him,
that's all way to go.
He'd probably be competitive in tic-tac-toe.
For sure.
Well, Coach, once again, man, thank you for coming in. That's first and foremost. We appreciate your time.
No doubt, bro. That's my pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do this for me. You said Miles College. What high school did you go to in Atlanta?
It's South Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
right off Cleveland Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Know anybody heard Atlanta? No Cleveland Avenue.
Wait a minute.
Zone 3.
I was okay.
Cleveland Avenue. Yeah.
Wait, that's where you. So you weren't close to Magic City then?
Nah.
Is that by Rickwood State? I mean, not Rickwood, but what's the name of that stadium?
Lakewood.
Lakewood.
Yeah,
okay.
That's our home field.
Yeah,
that's our
by
home
Lakewood.
field.
Yeah.
So you left South Atlanta, coming to Miles College, Fairfield, Alabama.
No, actually, I went to Fort Valley State first, and
Really?
I transferred to Miles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Coach Cook. Rest in peace, Coach Cook, man.
R.I.P. Coach.
Wait a minute, Coach Cook?
Yeah.
Coach Cook, yeah, he got me down here to Miles, man.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is Cook was a good dude, man. He got me down here to Miles, me and one of my partners, and he got us down here in January, and Cook got fired in February, man. Then came Cecil Leonard. Yeah.
Oh.
So I never got a chance to play for the man that recruited me to come down here. Yeah.
Man, you brought up Coach Cook. I actually remember him from my Little League days.
For real?
Baseball in Fairfield, Alabama.
Wow.
Cook, one of my, like you said, rest in peace, one of my frat brothers. But he
was one of your frat.
I probably was out there. Man, I don't know if I told you this, but I actually used to recruit at Miles College. I was a recruiter.
Okay.
And I'm trying to see what year I want to say that was like 93. So I might have been either right there before you got. When did you?
That was before I got there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Coach, I was in a meeting, man. Quick story. I'm in a meeting. Dean Ray, Coach Cook talking about something. Next thing I know, he dozed off on him.
Yeah.
You're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on with this coach?
So, Coach, you leave Fort Valley and you come to Miles.
Right.
Would you playing football?
Yeah, played football, baseball when I first got there.
Okay, good stuff. From there, like, so we graduate from Miles. Explain to me, how did you get into coaching?
Man, I always been a coach, man. I've been coaching since I was probably 11, 12 years old. I was coaching the 10-year-old boys, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood. We would get them little 8-year-olds and pick teams and let them play against each other.
Okay.
Me and my homeboys, we'd be 3-on-3. We'd go across the apartments to get some more kids and try to beat each other. So we, bring the kid in, get them peanut butter jelly sandwich, some Kool-Aid to get them to play on your team. And we play against each other, man. We like 2-on-2, 3-on-3. Ever since back then.
Wow.
But even before that, after that though, at Fort Valley, I coached some intramural teams. And those, I was a player coach. So I was playing on the teams and coaching them too.
Right.
Yeah, so
you
kind of got started.
there.
Yeah, but when I got to Miles, when I was at Miles though, I coached in Fairfield. I coached Little League in Fairfield.
Okay.
For the rec.
Okay.
Yeah.
So giving back.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just getting started. I coached at the rec. I had a kid named Brandon McCambry, man. And he was the truth, man. He was the truth. He ended up, he was an 8th grader. But this kid was like special. We won a championship my first year coaching at Fairfield.
Wow.
And he was like the leading scorer. And the craziest thing is he got a 9th grade and tried out for the high school team, and the coach cut him. I couldn't believe. I'm like, the coach cut, but he never really gave him a chance. And then the next year, I think he gave him a chance, and he ended up being a good player, and ended up getting a scholarship and stuff. But Brandon McCambry, man, he was the real deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, your first job, your first coaching job, where was it?
At Jackson-Ola.
Okay.
Yeah. Coach Carlton was the athletic director then, and Coach Clisby was the head football coach. So Coach Carlton, he gave me a chance, man, to coach up under Clisby, and I was assistant football, assistant basketball, and then they came with a rule where you couldn't do head basketball and head football because Clisby was doing both. So then Clisby gave up the girl. He was doing girls actually. He gave up the basketball. Clisby wasn't giving up that football.
Right.
So he gave up the basketball. So I took head basketball as my second year teaching.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and I thought I was ready, man. I knew I was ready, but when you look back, man, ain't no way. I should have been the head coach then. You know what I'm saying?
Soon.
But I thought I was ready, man. I thought I was ready.
So you did 1 year of assistant coaching, and then you got your start.
Yep.
Wow. 2 years removed from college.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So now
I may have been like 24, man. Been a head doggone high school coach, and it was way too young, man. I was not ready when I look back.
What were some of the things that you looking back now, like, man, okay, I see, this was too soon for me. What were some of the things you missed back then, or?
I think just not knowing enough. You know what I'm saying? I knew basketball because I had been, around basketball play. But as far as the game planning, I knew that. I knew how to read different stuff, but I didn't understand enough about how to attack certain defenses, stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't understand there was certain press breaks you need to run on certain presses. I didn't understand the dynamic of treating every kid differently, but being fair to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, look, everybody got to do this. Everybody got to do this like this, and this guy. It's just young folk stuff, man.
I got you.
You sometimes you focus so much on trying to be fair to where you're actually not being fair. You know what I'm saying?
So how long you stay there? I want you to get me to where we at Weno.
I stayed there for so after that, I ended up helping out with the boys a little bit. I went back to get my master's the next year after that, and I didn't do the girls after that.
Okay.
I ended up helping the boys out.
You had been coaching girls?
Yeah, I was on girls. That was a girls team. So I started helping the boys out with Coach Odom, and I was in school then trying to finish my master's up. So when I finished that, I moved back to Atlanta, and I went back to my old high school. My old coaches hired me to come back. He was like a AD and assistant principal. So they hired me to come back home and be assistant with plans to be the next head coach at my old high school.
Wow.
Yeah. And in 2 years, I was assistant basketball up under Mike Reddick, and we had a lot of success, man, with basketball, and ended up having Mr. Basketball actually with a kid named Vincent Banks, who won Mr. Basketball over Lou Williams, Dwight Howard, all guys like
Lou
that.
just retired?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them was in high school same time, but
Wow.
our kid won Mr. Basketball over. And so after that, I came back to Birmingham. They had openings. I came back to Birmingham and did middle school 1 year, and at Kingston. and they didn't have sports. So, they told me middle school one year we got all these openings coming open for basketball. So I started the sports at Kingston. We started boys and girls basketball, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls track, and I didn't have no assistant coaches. Nobody else in school wanted to coach, man. It was only like 3 men in the school.
Wow.
So I did that, and the kids I had that year, man, was special, man. I had a group of girls, man, Cheryl Yerby and Whitney and Cara and Portia, a lot of girls. I had like 6 girls on my girls team. Boys team, we started out. I actually had Bledsoe was 7th grader that year.
Eric Bledsoe?
He was 7th grader that year. He ended up leaving. He ended up transferring, but he was 7th grader that year to start out with us. Marcel Darius was another one that started out with us. He was there that year. He was an 8th grader. Yeah, man. But anyway, I did 1 year at the middle school. Bledsoe, like I said, Bledsoe left us, but he came back the following year after I left him with the Winona, and then they won the championship.
Okay.
But what we did do, we got to the playoffs. Like I said, we started, man, late. We started like late November. Everybody else had been playing, and we played WJ Christian. They were undefeated. We was like the bottom seed because we had some forfeits because we started late, and we popped them, man. They were undefeated, 14-0. We popped them. And
got them out early.
That was a big game for us. So that was a little notice to put them on. But after that, yeah, I got the Winona job. No, let me back up. Before that, I actually got the Hayes job. So I applied for the Hayes boys and girls job. So at the time, the guy who had hired me at JO was Coach Carter. So now he was not an AD anymore. He was assistant principal.
Okay.
At Hayes. So he actually hired me. Miss Bird was the principal there to do the girls at Hayes. So I took all the girls they had at Hayes. They didn't have a program. They would do a year without having a program. I took the girls, put them in the peen league so we would be prepared.
Right.
And I had a team I had at the middle school. I took them to the championship. So all those girls were going to come with me. So summer came, and I think I probably had the best player out of all the girls in the city, and it was Cheryl Yerby. Cheryl could go for 25, 30, without a problem. And then I had a couple other girls around that were pretty good. But anyway, I started here, and she was going to Ramsey. They asked me, did I want to win on the job? Okay. I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to stick with these girls, man. This my group,
Right.
It's about winning on the boys. I'm going to stick with this group. Cheryl was going to Ramsey. Then I heard Carr was going, her mama, they were moving, she was going to Huffman. Then I heard Beck, my other guard, she was moving, she was going to Ends. And I'm like, man, I called back, I say, look, man, we know the job still open, man. So I got in, man. I got in at Winona. Shout out to my boy Jose Carr, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Regina Carr Hope, man. They're my folks, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so they brought me in to Winona, man, that first year.
So this is what year?
04, 05.
So, but what year out of school is this? What you about 20, 25?
Okay, so 4 years, this is 5th year. This is 6th year. This is year 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm in a better position now. I'm ready.
Gotcha. So
yeah.
you taking on? Now it's the first time you've coached boys.
As a head.
Yeah. Okay, because you had been the assistant over at
Right.
Okay. So what's that difference between coaching boys and girls?
I think it's a bit different. The biggest thing I think, man, is girls are way more loyal than boys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They, boys will switch up on you, man. Somebody offer them jokes a backpack and a pair of tennis shoes, man, they gone. A lot of times. Not all guys, but a lot of them, they out. Sell them a dream, they out. The girls, though, once you get them girls, man, they'll go through a wall for you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And they lock in. But I think a lot of that got to do with some girls, most girls, when you coaching them, they listen. They listen more because they want to learn what to do. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times with the boys, sometimes they'll get to a point where they think they know more than what they know, so they're going to listen so much. And I think that's why you see college basketball and the girls are far more skilled than the boys. Because they focus more on it. Right. When the boys shut down and start letting the athleticism take over, yeah, I think that's a big deal. But that's one of the biggest issues. I mean, one of the big differences to me. But as far as just coaching them, It ain't that much different, man. You know, you sometimes you can't talk to the girls the way that you talk to the boys. Back in the day,
Right.
I mean, we talk to kids different now anyway. So you can talk to all of them how I talk to them now, because I talk to all of them the same now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you get over to Winona, the boys head coach. So that first year there, what the program looked like? What was your, I guess, your goal or desire for that program, where you took it and said where I'm going with this and how I intend to get there?
Well, I didn't see him play the year before, but
Okay.
But a friend of mine was the coach there. You know what I'm saying? And I had heard him speak highly of him.
Okay.
And he had some talent there. They were loaded. He had got some good players in. Norman Williams was the coach at the time. He got some players in, and he something happened, man. He didn't get a chance to coach the team. It was some kind of mix up with they were doing all these different suspensions and stuff like that back then.
Okay.
So I ended up coming into a great squad, but the thing was, they didn't want to play for me.
Okay.
He had such a good relationship with those guys, man, to where, you know how it is sometimes.
Right,
Guys want
right.
to play for who they want to play for.
Right.
And then you got guys transferred in want to play for who brought them in.
Right. Exactly.
So they were reluctant to come play for me, man. So I had to just, put the guys out there who wanted to play. And then at some point, some of them kind of broke in, and decided to play. But it was a season that should have been a lot better than what it was. We finished around 500 that year. Mm-hmm. But we had enough talent, man, to win state. We just couldn't get it done, man.
Wow.
Now that season, it was a big deal because Miss Hope, Virginia Carr Hope, the principal, when I came in, the first thing she said is, "Can you beat Cave and Maurice?" I was like, "What? Who is that?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she like, "Can you beat Cave?" She said, "Well, can you beat West End of Park?" I said, "Yeah, we can beat anybody you put on the schedule." I said, "Yeah, we can beat them. We can beat them." You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I know Parker was coming off state runner-up, so they were number one in the state at the time. And we went to Parker and we beat Parker at Parker. Mm-hmm. With their team, and they ended up beating us in the first round of the area. But when we beat them, that was a big deal for them. We ended up playing West End, and we beat West End. It was a big deal for them. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, we ain't beat Park and West End, I don't know when. So we beat them that first year.
So you the man.
Yeah, so it's like it was a big deal for them. So, so the fans started to come around a little bit.
Right.
So
like your feeder program, your feeder school at that time is it Jones Valley?
Yeah. Well, at the time we had Jones Valley, we had A.G. Gaston.
Oh, okay.
We had Summer Center Point. I mean, not Center Point, Summer Center Street, right, and Summer Arrington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, being the head coach at Winona, are you touching these programs? Are you coming down and talking to the coach saying, "Hey,
yep,
run some of this right here"? So when they get to me, I'm not just totally teaching from A to Z.
Nah, we couldn't do that back then. Back then it was like you just had to try to meet the kids and find out which one of them lived in your zone. Gotcha. Because you had to split with so many different schools, man. So you just had to make sure you try to build your relationship with the coach and the players that were going to come to you, because you may have had 3 off the team go to Park, or 3 go to Winona, 3 go to West End.
Right.
So, it wasn't like that then, like it is now.
Okay.
Right now it's kind of exclusive. All the middle school kids coming to you. Yeah, so at least supposed to. Yeah.
And do you have that relationship? Is that something you
that's 100% what we have now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you pretty young at this job at this point, and you've gotten a victory against a West End and a Park, as the principal said, against Caveman and Maurice at this point. What? Go ahead.
Well, see, at the time, I didn't realize the dynamic of their relationship. Like those guys, she kind of been knowing for years. You know what I'm saying? And they grew up together, not same neighborhoods and stuff like that. Family's kind of close, so. So it was just kind of bragging right thing for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many years did you got your hand on the program? You said, okay, we 500 that first year. What was your idea of like, hey, it's gonna take me 2-3 years? What was that number before? Hey, we gonna knock these championships down. We taking care of the area, whatever.
Man, every year my goal is the same, man. To win every game I coach. So that's every year my goal. I mean, we have several goals, but the number one thing is to be undefeated, win every game you coach. You know what I'm saying? It don't always end up like that, but then when it don't, then, you know, you fall to them other goals. So it's to win state championship.
Okay.
You know, so I thought we had a chance to win that first year.
Right.
But we didn't. We had guys that just weren't locked in.
So that your ideal player. I spoke with one of your coaches, and she definitely said, "Hey, you know, ask Coach this. Define that model player. What that model player looked like for you? What's the ideal Coach Lane player?"
Super competitive. Number one, super competitive. Somebody that's a dog. Somebody that's gonna compete. Well, I said it about 10 times already. Mm-hmm. Somebody that's gonna play hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be disciplined, and somebody gonna put the time in when you're not making them put the time in.
Right.
That's the player. And notice I haven't said anything about talent.
Right.
Because I take a dog over a talented player any day. You want them to have, because see, that dog, you can help them get talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna work. So yeah, guys who just play hard, man, and just give me everything they got. You know, just empty tank for you.
I hear you. So now you've coached some. I went through your social media. You know, you coached some pretty heavy guys, Doc. I mean, you mentioned Bledsoe early on. You know, starting the Kingston program, and Marcel.
Yeah, he left. Bledsoe left. Yeah, Marcel ended up staying. And the crazy thing is, Marcel ended up quitting the team. But he came back and played soccer and ran track for me. Did track, yeah. It was crazy. He didn't want to do the push-ups, man. And that's the thing. That's another thing about being young. He came to practice late, him and his brother. And I told him he had to do 50 push-ups. His brother did the 50 push-ups. Marcel said he wasn't doing no push-ups.
How old is this kid?
13.
Okay.
I said, but man, you late.
Right.
He don't care. He ain't doing no push-ups. His brother already did the push-ups. He already in the layup line. I said, so what you gonna do? He said, I'm finna go home. I said, no, man, go and do your push-ups. He's like, I ain't doing no push-ups. I said, all right, well, if you leave out of here, don't come back.
Right.
And then I said, think about it before you leave.
Right.
He said, I already thought about it. And he walked out, you know what I'm saying? So we got games coming up. Now he want to apologize. He want to play. And he asking the teachers to put a word, yeah. So I don't want to hear it. So I didn't let him come back.
Really?
I didn't.
So
that's a young coach move.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Nowadays, I would never let that boy not play anymore because we'd had to work that out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, if he'd had to come back the next day and do 100 push-ups, I wouldn't have kept a kid from playing a whole season behind that. You know, but he got a lesson out of it. You know what I'm saying? But, I think that was a too hard of a lesson now, me being a veteran coach.
Okay.
Right? Dealing with a 13-year-old kid.
Right. Now, that's the part right there, a 13-year-old kid.
Right.
But I do see that whole, I'm looking at what's best for the team, what's best for you.
Right.
And we got rules.
It's a discipline thing.
Right. You know, so, I can understand, like you said, it's a lesson to be learned, but it might have been a little too drastic at that point. But now we got these kids where they want to basically just tell you how to run the program. You know.
They do, man.
Now, I'm listening to you, but let me put myself on the camera here. I'm listening to you guys right now, man. But you said something a moment ago, Coach, and you said discipline. I think you mentioned discipline and just something to the effect of just, just being competitive.
Right.
To compete. With that being said, man, somebody mentioned that in one of the videos, man. I wanna play this for you, Coach, man.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Bogus.
One of your former
I played with Coach Lane. They went on to high school all 4 years. In 2011, my senior year, is where we won the state championship. It was the first state championship since 1993, so hey, big ups for that. But it was also a special moment, man, because that year we fought through adversity. And a lot of things we did, focus, it showed during the state championship game. Coach Lane instilled a lot of good character traits into all his guys, man. I mean, he wanted us to always be disciplined. He wanted us to always be good character guys. he wanted us to be the best that we can be. But the most important thing, he wanted us to compete. He didn't care who was in the gym. He didn't care who was watching. He just wanted us to compete. It's a consequence for not competing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just who he was, and it made us better players. It made us hungry, and we adapted to being a dog. We adapted to wanting to get that next high off of winning. You know what I'm saying? And it came natural. It came normal. I can remember being at Holy Family my freshman year, and he set goals for us. Win the area. You know what I'm saying? We're in the regional, we're in the sub-regional. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually win state. That's how our year started off every year. You know, and we would just check one off as we go. Coach Lane always been a great guy, man. Always been there for you. I mean, I can remember times he always been there for me. And even to this day, like right now, he's still in my corner.
Right now, he's still in my corner.
That's my boy there, man. That's the MVP, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
J-Bo.
Okay. And what I heard from that, dog, compete,
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
You know, and
The recipe don't change, man.
Right.
The recipe don't change, man.
Yeah.
The ingredients change, the recipe don't change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, Coach, I got a question, man. The young lady, she was telling me, she said, you used to make the team run the amount of time early on. She said, early in your career, you made the team run the amount of time that they lost. What's the significance of that, and how did it build character for your teams?
I know that was a long time ago. But, yeah, man, when you lose, whatever you lose by, you got to run.
So what were they running?
Suicides or Super Sevens. Back then we used to do Super Sevens.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we would spend whole practices running sometimes.
Hey there, I'm Leslie. And
you know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, it's mental toughness, man. It builds mental toughness. And and the thing with me is like I might be the most competitive person that anybody know that really know me. You know what I'm saying? And that's important to me. It matters to me whether I win or lose. And I don't care what it is that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And everybody not competitive. Some people don't have that competitive gene, and the people who don't have it, they have a hard time with me. So what I did is I realized that everybody's not the same. Some people don't naturally compete. Some people don't naturally care if they're last or if they're first. So for those people, you have to have consequences for. Some going to do it just because they dogs, they want to do it.
Right.
But you got some that don't care and they're not dogs, but they don't like to run. So if
or do push-ups.
There you go. So if they got to run every time they don't compete and they hate running, then they gonna start competing.
Right.
So it's the consequence that makes some do it and some gonna do it naturally, man. So that it's mental toughness.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now I can contest to that. Anybody that knows you compete in everything. It ain't nothing that he don't.
It's everything.
It could be like throwing quarters against the wall. He want to compete. Yeah, go ahead.
So in that same vein of you were over there with some heavy folks, man. Speak to Coach Bell. Let's talk about Coach Bell for a second.
Man, Bell was my dude. Man, Bell was I actually did my student teaching with Coach Bell when I was still in college, man.
Wow.
And I just sit there with Bell while he had a big duffel bag full of candy he used to sell in the gym, man. Bell, he said about $300 of candy in the gym sitting in that chair, that little broke down roller chair. And he was cool, man. Bell was cool, man. So he kind of showed me the ropes. And then when I came to Winona, it just kind of like getting back with him. But I learned a lot from him, man. And Bell, like one of them people, man. I never really seen nobody like Bell. Bell he just knew the people. He knew everybody. Everybody liked him, and he never met a stranger. Like the people he didn't know, it was like he knew them. The first time you see, like Bell will just walk up to folks, start laughing and hugging them. You'd be like, "Where you know them from, Coach?" "Oh, I don't know him." You'd be like, "Man, you hugging a man?" Like Bell, he just knew everybody like that, man. He had a good spirit about him like that, man. But yeah, he tried to teach me a lot, man. I learned a lot from Bell. He introduced me to a lot of people,
Wow.
And I worked with him for 10 years over there.
So you guys, because I'm my mind is drawing a blank, but I know you won your set of championships,
Yeah.
So any of those years were a line where you had the girls and the boys winning at that same.
Actually, no.
Okay.
But what happened was and it made me feel good, man. Bell told me, "Hey, man, show me what you doing." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, B was just that humble, man. He was like, "Man, now it's time for me to win. Now show me what you doing. We're gonna do what you do." And he started following some of the things that we did, man. I thought I'm like, man, this dude a legend, man. And he,
Right.
and he respect me enough to ask me what I'm doing, and so we used to talk about stuff like that. But no, we won our championships in the year that we didn't win. It was the first one that they won in a row.
Wow.
What happened was actually they should have won the one before that. Excuse me, but it was an offensive rebound. They gave an offensive rebound and the girl beat him at the buzzer. So he should have had one more championship.
Wow.
So yeah, that was devastating for him, man. But
So-
yeah, Bell was a good dude, man.
Yeah. I met him on several occasions, man. See him in the barbershop.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
looked out for
just a
everybody.
jovial
Yeah,
guy,
man.
you
He
know.
just we went to the governor's mansion, man. Bell done walked all upstairs in the back, man, office and everything. Come on, man, come on with me. I'm like, man, where you going? Bell standing out behind the man desk at the governor's mansion.
enjoying himself.
Yeah, man.
So, Coach Cheatham,
Wow.
what was your experience there? I mean, anything you were able to glean from him?
Yeah, man. It's like, man, going into that Winona building every day, when I see that picture of Cheatham on the gate, and then you think about Coach Bell, like, man, I worked with these dudes 10 years,
giants.
man, and now they just gone. Like,
Yeah, some giants.
it's hard to believe, man. But my first year at Winona with Cheatham, we didn't really get to know each other. We had a small issue with Joe Webb. He didn't want Joe to play basketball that year. Because, Joe was being highly recruited, all the people, visits and stuff like that. And he told Joe, don't play basketball. It don't make sense. Why you going out there? And Joe, Joe competitive, man. Joe played basketball, still wouldn't play baseball and everything. He still made it to the league. So it didn't slow him down. But so me and Cheatham, we had an issue with that. And we had another kid we had an issue about. But once guys started coming in, now the fact, I think, when Jeremy Towns and his brother, when the twins came in,
Okay.
that's when Cheatham said, okay, man, let's just work together.
Okay.
Because now it's not guys just come for football, not guys coming over here to hoop. So we get guys come hoop, and he wanted to play football. So then we kind of was able to work together a lot better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With sharing athletes.
Right.
I never had a problem with doing that anyway. But yeah, I got a lot from Cheatham, man. And he, Cheatham always told me, man, when people get to talking, don't worry about the folks talking, they gonna talk. Them ain't we don't have, he said, we don't have boosters.
Okay,
He said, we don't have boosters, we just have alumni. He said, the difference is boosters cut checks. He said, alumni, he said, I ain't gonna say how he said it. He said, don't worry about them.
So wait a minute. So talk to about your parents. Talk to me about the relationships there. What's your thing to get the buy-in? Because you got to get the buy-in from the kid, but you also got to get the buy-in from the parents.
Man, buy-in from the parents is super important, man. And that's always meant a lot to me, my relationship that I've had with my parents. But, I mean, it's hard to build a relationship with parents. You don't see them. You know what I'm saying? I got kids, man, I coach 2 or 3 years and don't see the parents 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
So it's impossible to build a relationship with them. If you can't, if you call them and they don't respond, or if you text them, they don't, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and some don't make it to games. Some work and can't make it to games. Some not able to make it to games. But, we have things where we reach out to parents to do certain stuff when it comes to feeding the kids and just doing different things like that. And some parents don't participate. Some parents don't even participate in buying their kids' spirit pack. So when you don't get to meet those parents, you can't build a relationship with them, man. And a lot of times those be the ones that
Might make the most noise.
yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
We got one parent that, of a young man you coached.
But I've always had a good relationship with my parents, though.
Okay.
Let's see, can we bring her up, Coach?
Yeah, we got a young lady that spoke to just your relationship with the parents that were there for the program.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Bo.
Oh, that ain't her. Hold on one second here.
But Coach, you mentioned, until he put it up, you mentioned the Town brothers.
Yeah.
We're gonna come to that in one second. That
Twin boy, they helped us
yeah.
start the program at Winona, man.
was, wow.
Oh, it's two twin brothers?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm learning a lot being like someone that's coming back into the area. So, hold on, let's see, can we find this video though? Is it
Mike, you
showing?
let me know. I'm gonna ease right on it. So with the town, like you had a pretty good season going. I think you guys might have been in Birmingham at this time for the Final Four, and the state came in and you made you guys.
Oh man, you talking about the 08 season?
Okay,
Man.
okay.
Man,
So it's
oh my God.
still bothers you.
Man, listen, that season, that's a ring that we're supposed to have.
Wow.
That season, I had to go and tell my team that, who just beat a 30-0 Russellville team,
Wow.
that we're done. Man, I felt like I was at a funeral, man. To lose like that, it made me feel like I had a death in the family, like for real. That was tough to see them seniors' faces, man. Cause we were loaded. Keon, we were loaded that year. So what happened was we had the twins that came from Hueytown, and so we played all year. Now the twins, the twins were their mom held them back in middle school one year.
Okay.
All right, so that means that when their senior year they were 18.
Okay.
So before the season came, we heard noise, rumors. Oh, the twins too old. They too old. So I'm like, too old. So the lady came out, Miss Coley, who was at the time working with George Moore. She came out and asked me about them. She said, I need to check on the twins stuff. I need to see their birth certificate. I keep hearing that they too old. They don't supposed to be playing. I said, too old? No, they just 18. So she checked it. Oh, okay, good. They fine.
Right.
Okay, cool. So then we didn't hear no more about that until time for area tournament. So area tournament, my assistant coach Taub, he woke me up saying, "Hey man, beat them early in the morning." Hey, it was one of them days where we didn't go to work, man. And he said, man, these folks talking about putting us out the playoffs, about twin them. I said, what you talking about? So I got in call him. We went to Rickwood, talked to George Moore, who's AD at the time, and I said, hey, what's the problem? And he asked me some questions about the twins. And I told him, I said, she already checked them out. She said they was good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this time when they were still putting it on paper. It wasn't no dragonfly and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I said, she good. I said, he go copy their birth certificate. Like, what you talking about? Their grades good, everything good. So he was like, oh man, yeah, don't worry about that stuff, man. Just go ahead and play. I said, now hold up. Now I said, if he said, no, it's just a thing about one of them. I said, well, what's the issue? And he was like, man, don't worry about it. I said, no, tell me now if it's the issue, because I won't play him. I said, we about to play Mortimer Jordan or somebody.
Right.
You had to play a bottom team. I said, no, just let me know, because I won't play him.
Right.
And oh no, go ahead and play him. You fine. So we played one area, one crossover, went down there. But then it would be Russellville. He came back to the school and said, we had an issue. I said, what's the issue? He said, the twin played too many years. I said, what you mean? I said, he only played 9th, 10th, 11th grade. It's 12th grade, 4th grade. He said, no, he played 3 years in middle school.
He was playing on the in high school from the junior high?
No. What happened was they went to Pittman as 7th graders.
So this not even your system.
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Wow.
I was in Atlanta when this stuff was going on. So he said he played at Pittman. They both played at Pittman in the middle school. That's like Hueytown Middle School.
I know it's like
as 7th graders.
Right.
So then one of the twins was sick. So he stayed out of school or something. She held him back. So she held both of them back.
Okay.
But the other twin transferred with A.G. Gaston. So he wasn't sick. So he played at A.G. Gaston, right? So the 8th grade year, they both went back to Pittman and they both played.
Okay.
So now, this kid done played 3 years of middle school basketball. His brother only played 2, which still was good.
Right.
So that's why it was just a problem with him. But now, it affected us. And when Sal Reasonable came out, they said it wasn't our fault, but we just had to suffer the consequences for him playing. So it was devastating, man, because it had nothing to do with us.
Wow.
You had 2 middle school coaches that were wrong. The first time he got retained, he shouldn't have played.
Right.
When he got to the 8th grade, he shouldn't have played because he already played 2 years of middle school. So it hurt us, man, that senior year. So that hurt us, man. And then to see like teams like teams in the Final Four, man, and stuff like that, and playing, and
So y'all beat
was tough.
Russellville, and
Yeah.
they got a chance to continue to play.
Yep.
Did they end up winning it?
No, they lost to Butler.
Okay.
That was Trevor Lacey and them.
What were you thought your chances were against them?
Man, I thought we were gonna kill Butler.
Say what?
I thought we were gonna kill him, man. Like we were loaded, man. Trevor Lacey was freshman then.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a ninth grader. He was
Okay.
solid though. He was good. But we had twins. Twin was the best player in the state. Them twins were serious. They had Keon Henson, Torrey Johnson. Like we had shot blockers. We had Jeremy. We were loaded, man.
Hey,
We were loaded.
That brings up. I hadn't even thought to ask you this, but what's your top five? Your top five of players you've coached?
Man. I can't give you no top five. That's
You ain't
tough.
gonna do it?
That's tough, man.
No order now. Just
Come on, you can
That's
do it.
tough. That's tough, man. That's too tough.
You put it out there, huh?
That's too tough, man. It's tough. I don't even know. Like, I don't know, man. I just too many of them.
Well, I tell you
I
what,
have to do 10 because I done had so many
Okay.
guys, man. Think about it like this. You got, you put the twins on. You got Bear. You got to go. I coach so many good kids, man. You got Kobe Jones who just got drafted. You got Kool-Aid was a top player. You got Jessica. It's too many, man. I can't give you no five because it's too many.
Already at 6.
Yeah, it's too many, man.
7, yeah.
It's too many.
Mm.
It's too many, man.
So, Coach, you mentioned Kobe. You come up with that, Mike? No. Okay. So, you mentioned earlier. Let's go and get to the hot stuff for a second. Get you out your comfort zone a little bit. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I did a deep dive on your social media pages, and you active. You pretty active. But I like what you're saying though. I want you to understand that part. But the whole city been at a buzz talking about the transfer. We ain't gonna skirt the issue or whatever. But what's happening there? I'm understanding that you may have lost 2 players here recently.
Yeah, man, we had a couple guys that left.
Okay.
I think players come and go, man. We sometimes we get good players, sometimes we lose them. You know what I'm saying?
Did the sun come up the next day after they transferred? Or was it raining the next day?
I mean, I think. Hey, look, I think our GM still owe me at the same time, man. You know what I'm saying?
You got the same 24 hours.
Yeah, I think everything will be fine. But yeah, we had a couple guys decided they wanted to go somewhere else, man. But honestly, man, they're kids, so it's hard to put blame on kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this: I made one mistake, and that was having the wrong person sitting on my bench, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes who you hire, you're responsible for who you hire.
Yeah.
So I had some kids that decided to leave when the coach decided to leave.
Oh, okay.
Even though they didn't leave when he left, they said they were. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man.
Dang, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, they
that.
said they were gonna leave in February, but they didn't. They just not leaving. And they're going where he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that.
So I respect it. You know
that's
what I'm
a little
saying?
connected dot because I didn't know that part there.
I respect, but not so much. Yeah. So I ain't never. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know. So you learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I keep my circle small anyway, man, and be careful, man, who you bring into into your house.
I got you.
But today, man, there's so much of that going on with runners and stuff, man, and you can't really fault the kids as much. Yeah, they get some blame too because they know what's up.
They
know what's up. You know what I'm saying? And they lie a lot, bro. They lie a lot. And and when your parents are not, when you don't have a relationship with them parents, it's a big deal. Especially if the parents have a relationship with these runners.
Yeah.
So when they got the better relationship with the runners, then they need to go where the runners want to go, man.
Yeah.
So,
I
Coach,
respect
you what's your general mood or feeling about, where they're going, the coach they're gonna go play for? What how you feel about that? Because I understand it's in the same area.
Yeah, it's in the same area, man.
All right.
I I really, man. I mean, it's all good. We got to play the game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta put
Like
fire on
I
the
don't had players to leave and go and play for them before.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
you just got to play the game, man. You know, I just hate people do stuff the way they do sometimes because it becomes so high profile. It's hard to, you know, get around some of the things that you try to avoid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, they just. But you know, we got to play the game, man. I mean, the team they went to, you know, we don't beat them 4 out of 5 times. So you know, maybe they'll help them out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So this whole basketball, the state of Alabama basketball, shot clock. What's your general feeling on that, and how do you think it'll help or hurt what you do?
I don't think it'll affect my game as much. Now, 10 years ago, we played in California in the Max Prep tournament, and I lost a game. We lost a game that we should have won. We had a late lead, like 3 minutes left in the game, and like I said, in Birmingham, when you got a late lead, 3 minutes left, you pulling it out. You got 9-10 point lead, the game over.
Right.
We just shoot free throws, and I had Justin Colvin and Sid McGinnis, excuse me, at the time. So they didn't miss free throws. So in the city, it's a wrap. You ain't gonna take the ball from them, and they ain't gonna miss those free throws. So we got a late lead, the game over with.
It's over.
So but there, man, we started trying to. We were trying different stuff as far as letting the clock run down to the last 10 seconds before we took a shot, and then we just kept missing shots, and the team kept coming down hitting threes, and they caught up real fast, man, and we ended up going to overtime. I think Raymond sent the game to overtime from the free throw line, but we ended up losing the game.
Wow.
And that was on me. That was just coaching. You know, like I didn't do a good job of finishing the game as a coach because, you know.
What do you say in that instance? I mean, is that you get in the locker room, are you telling the players that, or you owning up to that, or what? I mean, you know, because you know the parents, they.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line was we had never played with the shot clock. That ain't no excuse to lose a game.
Right.
But I just didn't do a good job of managing at the end because I had never been in that situation. Had I, you know, had another opportunity to do it, yeah, I think I probably would have won.
Okay.
But it's like, okay, we're gonna shoot under 10 seconds, take a good shot, but then we gotta get back in DL. You still, if you get stopped, you still win the game. So they still got to play defense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I accept responsibility for the losses, man. So yeah, I think we need a shot clock. But the fact that we don't have one, people gonna take advantage of that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we took advantage of it. One of my teams a couple years ago, and everybody talked about it. The game it was a game we lost 6-4.
Come on, coach.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, come on. What, you talking about you was coaching baseball? I think I jumped on social media on that game. I was like, wait, what they doing over there?
Oh man, I was coaching a team, a basketball team. How did I put this thing in my ear, man? I was coaching a basketball team that we weren't really good. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all were young.
Well, I mean, we just won a good basketball team.
Okay.
I can't even.
I was trying to give them that.
No, we just won a good basketball team, and this team was pretty strong, and they had beat us the time before. They beat us by 25. So you know, the size difference, the skill, you know, they had us outmanned. So leading up to the area tournament, the only thing we practiced was stall sets and shooting free throws and different ways to hold the ball. You know what I'm saying? And we did that. And at the end of the game, we were where we wanted to be. It was 2 minutes left in the game. The score was 4-4. And the other team called timeout.
Dang.
And we started clapping. Our guy was so excited, man, because everything we had worked on, they executed to that point. It was 2 minutes in the game. It's a 4-4 game.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we what we wanted to be.
Wait a minute. So who had your 4 points? Was it?
2 different kids had 2 points. And this is the thing. We wasn't shooting no jump shots. We only shoot a layup when we had it or bring it back out. And sometimes when you had it, bring it back out.
Even if
Bring it back out. That's it. We were trying not to take more than 1 shot per quarter.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but what happened, what played into our hand is we were holding the ball because we knew we were outmanned. So we just wanted to keep it close so at the end of the game, we could hit a lucky shot or get a break, get a foul or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A 1-2 possession game. I said we get 2 possession game under 2 minutes. That's where we want to be. and it was a tie game in 2 minutes. So we were actually ahead of where we wanted to be.
What were the fans? What was the?
Oh, they were mad, man. Oh, them folks so mad, man. They were talking about they wasted the money. We stupid. They yelled, and I had prepared my kids. I said, man, look, they gonna be screaming at y'all, telling y'all shoot the ball. I said, don't listen to it. We know what we came to do. And man, like those kids executed. And we lost that game, and we lost at the buzzer. You know what I'm saying? We lost that game, and I was proud of those kids, man.
Wow.
You know, I ain't never proud of them. I was proud of those kids, the way they executed, man. I felt like in the end it was on me because what happened was it was 20 seconds left, and they had the ball, and they tried to run a play, and it didn't work. So they called a timeout at 10 seconds. And then they got the ball in, it didn't work again. So the guy couldn't, I told him we were going to give him the jump shot, just back up off him, let him shoot.
Right.
Because we just want to get the ball back and go down and just try to get a shot out.
Right.
And the guy couldn't get what he wanted, so he backed it back out, and then he shot a fadeaway, man. And it's really why I said I should have done a better job. We should have fouled him and made him shoot free throws, and then we could have got the ball back.
Right.
Because us not being able to get the ball back didn't help us. So even if he had made the free throws, we could have had a chance to go down and tie or hit a three and beat him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we played it wrong in the end, but I was proud of them guys, man.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that game.
So it was all over everywhere, and it was crazy. Everybody talking about he need to fire the coaches, 64. You talking about 2 state championship coaches though? You know what I'm saying?
Both,
like,
2 of them.
Yeah, he know what he doing, and I know what I'm doing.
Right.
You don't know what our game plan is. You don't know what we working with. Where everybody had comments and things to say about it, you know, but they didn't see the teams. They didn't see the game. You just saw the score, and they had like people just shooting, jacking up shots, missing. I was holding the ball because I knew, you know, we were overmatched. He was holding the ball. I don't know why, but he helped us out. You know, so
You mentioned, so that was his Coach McGarry, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the shot clock in that situation, we would have been dead meat trying to play with a shot clock then, but I would much prefer the shot clock because I don't like coach. I think coaches have to coach at the end of games, man.
I got you. Now, you coach obviously against some pretty heavy coaches. Give me the guy that keeps, you know, I say the day before a game. What's that guy that you going against the next night that you say, hey, I'm gonna be in a dog fight? Who is that coach in the city?
Man, I don't know, man. That's because I respect every opponent, man. Like most of these guys, they got different stuff that they do well. I don't know, man. I don't really take nobody light, so I got respect for all my opponents, man. You know, I think everybody put the work in at some point, and everybody do something well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't give you no name on that one, man.
Okay. Far as just tacticians, I mean X's and O's, who you got mad respect for?
X and O's, Coach Latch at Spain Park.
Okay.
I ain't never seen nothing like it, man.
Okay.
Like that man, he own his stuff, man. Like as far as the scouting reports, as far as I mean, every time you come out of timeout, every time you come out of dead ball, like every time you come out of court, like he got something for everything, man. Like I never seen nothing like it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, he different. He different, man.
Is that now? Let me ask you this: do you guys like? Okay, you do an install. You got your offense. You got your inbound. You got the corner inbound play. Yeah. During the course of the season, are you adding anything to that? Are you changing up anything? Because I'll see when mine was in high school, I'll go and probably watch more film than he was. You know, I'm like, hey man, you need to look for this right here. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, dang, this team, and these are some teams that I really respected, X's and O's, and they're, winning and all that. But I'm looking at, damn, they ran the same inbound play. They ran that first game of the year. So, are your staff, are y'all putting in new stuff toward the end of the year? Because, in football, you got a different game plan dang near every week. We got to set a play.
Right. Yeah. It depends on who we playing against. You know what I'm saying? So, we install a lot of times in the spring, but fall we do different stuff. But always before every tournament, leading to every like last couple of games before every tournament, we may start working on some different stuff, even if we don't use it.
Right.
So guys be familiar with it because you always want to bring something out new when it comes to area that people haven't seen. Yeah.
Okay. Now you had spoke earlier about your relationship with your parents. I think Coach Tiffany, she was telling me, it's some, basically, what do you go through to cultivate that relationship with your parents?
Man, I let these parents know what it is that I can do for their kids, and some of them can accept that love that I had to get them kids. Some of them can accept that straightening, that guidance, and most of them can. The parents that I know, we've always been good. I think of one parent that I probably had a issue with, but we even became good because we just had a misunderstanding. But man, all my parents that I know that know me, we ain't had no issues, man. People respect what I do for their kid because, I just keep it 100, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now speaking of parents, man, I want to play this video right here for you.
Hey there, I'm Leslie, and I have known Coach Lane for about 8 years
Oh,
now.
that's my family.
I first met him when my son Colby was going into the 9th grade at Pinson. At the time, there was not a coach, and we were unsure of what was going to happen. Then the principal informed us that it was going to be Coach Lane taking over. At that time, we all breathed a little sigh of relief because we all knew that our kids were going to be in good hands with him being there. Coach Lane is a straight shooter. No bull, no nothing, no sugarcoating it. Always had an open line of communication with him. Never had any issues with the way that he is, coached my child, anything like that. I've known that he always had Colby's best interest at heart, and he wanted nothing but the best for Colby. If he needed me to do anything for the team, for him, I always did it with no hesitation, but I also knew that if I ever needed anything, I could call him and he'd do it for me as well. He treated my parents just like they were his parents. So until, this day, we still refer to each other as family, and that's always the way it's going to be. I wouldn't have it any other way. Even though it was a short 2 years, it was a great 2 years. Coach Lane kind of paved the way to where Colby is today. He set him up for success. And that's why he will always be my family, and that's why my family loves Coach Lane to this day.
Man, that's my girl there, man. That's fam. That's fam, man. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, man, Colby Jones is a special kid, man, because of parents like that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, she trusted me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she believed. I was here because he had a brother. Colby got an older brother that went to Central Park.
Right.
And played at Arkansas, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was good. So, they were saying Colby might be going to Central Park, and because he wasn't going to Pinson. Because Pinson won 3 games before we got there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I talked to him, man. I followed Colby all summer, AAU stuff, and they trusted me with it, man. He after the first year, he ended up being the #1 player in the state. And he took off, man. We played some events and stuff. Colby's just different, man.
Yeah.
But it's parents like that, man, that support, that understand, like, let your kid, whoever your kid gonna play for, trust him. First of all, find out who he playing for.
Yeah.
Find out who you gonna follow. And then if you're gonna follow him, trust him.
Right.
And then let the chips fall where they may, you know what I'm saying? And we had to do with that kid. He wanted, and that boy was averaging 20 points. Man, he's special, man. Colby different, man. But he's different because of his parents.
Yeah.
And he was a straight A kid. That kid didn't get a B in his whole life until 10th grade. And then he got a B in the honors class.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He got his first B in 10th grade. So they just tell you what type of kid he is, what type of support he had,
So, man,
shout out to Leslie, man. That's my girl, man. I was at the draft. Colby got drafted last month, and it's a good thing, man. It's a draft party. It's a good thing, man. Love to see that.
So, Coach, how many you got, been drafted in the league or played in the league, either football or basketball? What?
Man, I don't know. It's a lot. It's been a few, man. You talking football, NFL? We had, I don't know, man, because a lot of kids played in my program. At least someone played 9th grade, 10th grade, along the way. We got Quentin, you got I think TD over at JL. Marcel, like it's quite a few. Jeremy Towns. It's been quite a few, man. Yeah. Joe Webb. Yeah, it's quite a few, man.
That's crazy.
It's been quite a few.
Mike, that's crazy.
But it's good. It's good though. That's good, man. But a lot of those guys got stuff in common, man. You know.
What is that? What's one or two things they have in common?
One thing is they allow themselves to be coached. You know, they allow themselves to be coached, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the number one thing. You know, you let coaches coach you. You ain't ready to quit when the coach say something to you. You don't take everything personal. You know, and then not only that, they had parents that wasn't gonna let their kids jump ship when they get mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's different, man. So but the parenting got more to do with that, man, than me.
So you basically what you telling me, man, you standing on what you've done. You standing on your record.
It is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is, man. I mean, if a kid not gonna allow himself to be coached, how far you gonna go with him anyway?
Right.
You know, when guys start telling you stuff like, and these are some things I've heard now, recently, I'm not happy, or it wasn't fun. Yeah, man. So when kids basing what they decide they want to do off what make them happy and what's not fun to them, you know, I just don't know, man.
That's not life either.
No, it ain't life. It ain't realistic. If you're not gonna do something because it ain't making you happy or it ain't fun, I don't know how far you plan on going, man. But it got to be somebody in the background. It got to be a parent or somebody in the background to say, look, you got to go through something, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to build a callus.
Right.
If you can't just, yeah.
Coach, look, back to one of your experiences. 20 points, down 20 points in the fourth quarter, 2011 championship.
State, no, actually we were down 18.
Okay.
We were down 18. Yeah.
Might well say 20.
Yeah, we were down 18 with 6 minutes left in the game, man. And
fourth quarter.
Fourth. It's a wrap. It's fourth. And we had starters that fouled out. It was tough, man. I just got a tech.
Did you do that to motivate them? Fire
No,
them up?
man. No, man. They never got no tech on purpose.
Okay.
I don't get texts, man. I can count the texts I got on one hand in all my years of coaching.
Well, my little coaches, I get them all the time. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't get texts, man. I can say all my years of coaching, I can count the texts on one hand.
Wow.
And I remember every last one of them. But no, we were down 18, man, and Bell had fouled out. Isaiah had fouled out on that play that I got the tech on. So there's 2 starters down. And I'm going crazy over there, man. I'm like, man, this man not finna take the state championship from us, man. You know, and Bogus came over there. He was like, Coach, chill out, man. He pushing me back. I was still talking to the ref. I was probably about to get another one because I was done by then, man. But Bogus like, man, Coach, don't worry about it, man. We got you, man. We got this, Coach. And I had to sit down, man. And I told him, I said, look, we finna press these dudes to sleep. Either they gonna beat us by double digits or we finna come back and win this game. I told him, I said, they gonna bust the clock on us. I don't care. I said, we gonna come back and win. And, man, it was crazy, man, from that point, bro. We scored 19 straight points, man.
What?
It looked like a movie, man. We were getting steals, layups. They were going down, miss a shot, we get a dunk. They go down and they turn the ball over, we get an and one. Like, it looked like a TV. It looked like some Fresh Prince stuff, man. On the little small court, you know what I'm saying? Like it was made up, man. Yeah, man, we scored 19 straight points on them folks. And then still won by like 4.
That's crazy.
The Bogus went crazy, man. I think Bogus had like 25, got MVP. But bigger than that, though, we had guys that came in and stepped up, like Jarrell Tate and them, Watley, like those guys who they came in, man, and just balled out, made all state. You know, it was crazy, man. That's the first time I've ever seen so many teenage boys crying with joy. Like, I never seen that, man.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if anybody over there was not crying. Like, they were crying, tears of joy.
That's powerful.
Like, my chest just kept jumping, man. It was the feeling of that, man. It's something I never felt before, man.
Wow.
It was amazing, man. Like, I just couldn't believe. I believe we came back, but I couldn't believe that all those guys had been, moved emotionally like that.
Right.
You know, but sometimes you think about how much guys put in it, man. It's,
Yeah.
it just come out.
Yeah, it comes out.
Yeah.
Now, I know, I understand that Coach talked about the number of players that you coach, that played professionally too.
Yeah.
I want to go to a video here, Coach, if y'all don't mind. And somebody got a couple words they want to say to you.
I've known Coach Lane for several years. Had the pleasure of playing for him at Winona High School. We won a lot of ball games. I smiled just because that was just the standard. We expected to win. It wasn't like it was anything special. It was just that if we were going to go out and compete, then we were going to compete. And it was never an attitude that we were going to compete and not expect to win. We expected to win ball games. That excellence carried over in my life now with medicine. And then even in college, I didn't play basketball in college. I played football. But Coach Lane believed in me as a football player, always kept up with me, even into the time I got to spend in the pros. And he follows even my medical journey as I went from NFL to med school, completed residency, and now I'm a board-eligible emergency medicine physician and started a fellowship in primary care sports medicine at Andrews Sports Medicine. I mean, he just keeps up with you. He roots for you. He wants what's best for you. It's an honor to have played for Coach Lane. I mean, he a living legend. You had to give a man his props. He a living legend. It just is what it is. I'm just thankful that you have a man like Coach Lane around the kids of today, because it takes somebody who has the charisma, who has the rapport with these young men to kind of win them over beyond just sports. So thankful that I got a chance to speak on Coach Lane's behalf.
Man, that's Big Twin there, bro. Big Twin special, man.
Hey.
Man, I'm telling that dude there, man. I got a million stories about that dude there, man.
Yeah, so Big Boy played basketball too, huh?
Yes, sir.
God, Big Boy played football and basketball.
He played football his senior year.
Let
me tell you what he said. He came to me one day and said, Coach, he said, man, the football coach, he asked me to come out there and play football, man. You think I need to go out there and play? I said, hell yeah. I said, boy, listen. I said, you a hooper. I said, you can hoop. I said, but Twin, you go on the football field, you go to the league.
Yeah.
Man, he went out there and dominated, bro.
Quit.
Dominated.
Because he athletic. He was athletic.
Strong, man. But now the best thing about him, though, he's competitive, bro.
Oh, okay.
He's big. He was strong, all that, but he's competitive. And let me tell you how competitive he is. And I done learned so much from him, man. And shout out to Big Twin, man. He preached my son's funeral. That's how much I trust him, man. He preached my son's funeral, man. He drove all the way from Mobile to Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's how locked I am with my players and my parents. You know what I'm saying? Him and his mom. His mom came too. Yeah, so that's how locked them. So my real folks are my real folks. So folks who jump ship, man, don't make, that's what it is. Yeah. Because my folks is my folks. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna ride or die.
Yeah, my family. My folks be family.
Your people gonna ride or die.
So this kid, man, we would his leadership was on another level. Okay, first let me tell you this: he was valedictorian, right? So you talking about a kid that playing basketball, playing football, he's valedictorian. So he ain't even go through that. So he never wanted to be an NFL player. He wanted to be what he being now, and that's a doctor.
Yeah.
So he had a chance to go back and play football. He said, he said, no, man, I might miss out on this med school opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and take this time. Yeah. But his leadership, I didn't have to really say much, man.
Yeah.
If we down and going in halftime, I lay back, man, and let him go in the locker room and get it quiet.
Yeah.
You should see guys in the locker room. If you might have been getting dressed next to him before the game, at halftime, we down, man, you should saw them guys grabbing their stuff going to the other side of the locker room. Because they know he coming in, he mad, and he finna set the tone.
Yeah.
And when he get through cussing everybody out, then I walk in and tell him what we're going to do second half, and we come back out and win.
Wow.
I remember one game we played J. Michael Green, the kid, he played now for Golden State Warriors. We had to play them to get to the championship in the Peach State Classic. Twin iced his ankle all the way to Atlanta because he had a high ankle sprain. And he had to guard this man. This man was a Matt Dollar All-American. He put him on lock. And we beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat him, man. And it wasn't no question about whether he was going to slow him down or stop him. He said, look, he can't score if he don't get the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Twin, he was different.
Yeah.
I remember talking about 50-50 balls one time. Like, man, look, we got to do better getting the 50-50 balls. Twin, you got to make sure you get these balls. Twin told me, he said, Coach, there's no such thing as 50-50 ball. If the ball loose, that's my ball. And he can't have it. And that's just what it is. There ain't no 50-50 ball.
Okay.
He different, man.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, his guys who competitive like that, man, they gonna always bond with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hate to lose, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's wild.
He a dog.
That's,
Yeah.
You don't lose with dogs,
Compete.
man.
Nah.
Compete,
Yeah.
Yeah.
little dog.
Yeah.
And he
What's
disciplined.
up?
And he
Discipline.
disciplined.
That's
He accepted coaching. That's what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
accepted the coaching. You say what you gotta say to him, and he adjusts. He do what he need to do, man.
Yeah.
That's coaching, man. Like some people you can't say nothing to. You can't coach kids you can't say nothing to. Well, I can't. I don't know. Maybe somebody else can. I'm not going to try to coach a kid I can't say nothing to. You got to go play with somebody else if I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
Got to.
Would that classify as someone that's been uncoachable in your eyes?
I think
Yeah.
he said for his style, yeah.
Yeah, for a style, yeah.
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 And I totally agree. And I got a story. I don't even tell that, but I'm with you wholeheartedly on that. And the proof is in the pudding. You got too many that I've written down that, and with this young man, you taking care of I saw in one of your posts, you said, hey, I make sure mine getting their grades. So you not just coaching them on the floor. We making sure we taking care of the ones that you can actually handle in the classroom.
Right.
So,
Right.
Coach, man, with your program, anything that we can do as a show, like to let our listeners and followers know that you need over there or whatever?
Yeah, man. We're in a low income community, so we always need. We need, not necessarily just money, but like if we get people to donate like Gatorade and water and snacks for the guys, man, because they come in hungry sometimes. Lunches be, lunch is all where they are.
Okay.
So kids come in sometimes, ain't nothing but some crackers or whatever, people could donate, man, to help these guys over there. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Now,
Because we got some young guys, man. We got a couple upperclassmen that's coming back. We got a couple upperclassmen coming back that we expect good leadership from this year, man.
Okay. So, like you said, you're gonna put 5 on the floor. The door of the gym is still open.
Man, if I listen, I may be more excited this year than ever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's nothing like being counted out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm so ready, man. They don't know it. They don't know what we working with over here, man.
Yeah. Well, and for me, knowing you on a personal level, I mean, like, I know that kind of speaks to your competitive side.
Yeah, I'm so hungry, man.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Kobe, you liked him so much because he was such a competitive, and that kind of speaks to your personality too, and that's why I think y'all two and gel together the way y'all do. And most of the players that probably think the same way probably gel real good with you.
Right.
Because
Guys who believe.
Because your mentality too.
Yeah, and see, you got to believe, man. You can't have guys on your team that don't believe that you can win.
Yeah.
And we had guys that didn't believe that we can win and saying stuff like we ain't what we got. We ain't got. You don't believe we can win. We can't win with people who don't believe.
Yeah.
You got to believe in you.
Because winning is a mindset.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got to believe in you. I mean, forget the coach. Do you believe in you and what you going to put on the floor? It ain't about no plays. It ain't about what you going to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, some guys got to be willing to step up and say, "Let me jump on my back."
Yeah.
If you like that, you know what I'm saying? If you like that, then you don't need no help. You the help.
Right.
And that's what guys ain't getting, though. Sometimes, man, you play guys early and you expect for them to be on a certain level, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, at some point, you got to lead the pack.
You are the option.
Yeah, sometimes guys don't be ready to lead the pack, man. Yeah. And you can't knock nobody for that.
Right.
Well, you can, but you can't.
So
you ain't ready.
We want tonight. Well, Coach, is anything you wanna wrap up with?
No, man. I just want to say shout out to Alabama Fire. Shout out to all those ADs and principals. that gave me a chance, man, to get into the game. That has given me longevity. Of course, Regina Carr, Hope. One of my favorite principals, Dr. Hines, Dr. Goldsmith. Now, like, people that looked out, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, brother, we appreciate you.
And shout out Nike. Yeah.
Nike.
Yeah.
Shout out Nike.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey, we need your sponsorship, Nike.
Yeah.
Me and Jay Ski. Go ahead.
And shout out to all the coaches that we know, y'all. We're one staff, one family. So shout out to my folks that we know.
Yeah. That's your second time around that went on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's definitely family over there. Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, it's champ. It's
champion.
It's the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got to renew my membership down to BJCC, man.
There you go.
It's time.
There you go.
It's time.
Okay.
Well, like I said, brother, we appreciate you coming in. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming, telling your story, connecting some dots for us.
Man, I appreciate y'all giving me the platform, man. Thanks a lot, man. It's
Yes,
humbling,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing what y'all doing, man. This thing about to blow up, man. I'm just glad to be able to have a chance to get on here with y'all, boy, man.
Appreciate it, man. Coach, we want you to come back sometime during the season and kind of just, tell us how things going and check in. And we're going to definitely pass this on. When do you guys start up? When will the war start up?
School?
Yeah, school as well as practice for that.
Oh, we start, we'll be in the gym Thursday this week. But school start up on the 8th.
Okay.
For them,
Okay.
yeah. So we start, with athletics, with basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep in touch. Mike definitely will plug us in and let us know. But we're going to definitely try to get some folks to get some stuff over there for the boys.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll help out when we can.
Yeah.
That's a mission too. Be able for us to be able to help when we can too.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, good stuff, brother.
Go ahead, Jay. I don't have nothing.
We've held you long enough, and I know you. Hey, we got to let you go get to the rest of your night. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. We will be rebroadcasting this several times during the week. So just check out HSCU Facebook, Instagram _HSCU_. And until next time.
Last thing, let me shout out my coaching staff, man. Renika, Tiff, Missy, shout out.
And a big shout out to Miss Tiffany Jackson. Tiffany with the 2 eyes. Because she really helped us with some research and all that good stuff.
And shout out to them parents, man, and Jeremy Town, Jeremy Bogus, and man, that's what's up, man. Leslie, who else? Man, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Some nice words. Y'all.
Yeah, man.
But all them, they really my family, man. You know
man. Hey, man. I was thinking. Before I go, I was thinking, how can I, maybe condense Miss Leslie's video. It was no way I could condense her video.
It was points all throughout.
Yeah, and then the love that she expressed to you. I was
it's
like,
real though, man.
Yeah.
It's real, man. I flew to Kansas to watch Kobe play his last college game, man, and they were there, man. They had front row seats for me, man. Flow seats, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're family, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It means a lot, man.
Yeah.
So that speaks to what you're doing too, man, and how you cultivate these relationships, man. It means a lot as a high school coach, man. You in this thing, man. I mean, believe it or not, man, you in a dog fight, man. You know what I mean? By saving lives, young kids' life, man.
Right.
This is a dog fight, man. It's bigger than basketball.
Yeah.
It's bigger than football.
Lessons.
Yeah, it's life lessons.
Right.
And we talking about young men, and some of these guys are young black men.
Right.
A lot of them. Yeah, most of them. So this is you're in a dog fight, bro. So big ups to you and all the work that you do.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, next week, man, we don't know who we got next week. Jay Ski, high school sports covered and uncovered.
We're going to be here.
We're going to be here, man. And another banger.
Hold on. Let me say that. I think
R.I.P. Bell.
We need to connect the dots, Coach. I want you to understand what we're doing. We asked you because we're actually in my brain bringing in the top basketball coaches in the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of this series, before we get into football, we're gonna let the folks select that Mount Rushmore of Alabama high school basketball.
You got my boy Jones on schedule?
Well,
Boy Jones up and coming, man. I gotta respect the young boy, man. Courtney Jones.
Hey, and he helps me. He helped me out last week.
I gotta respect him, man.
Shout out to Sir.
Shout out to
Sir,
Courtney,
hey,
man.
Sir Jones. Sir
Yeah.
Jones.
we got a exclamation mark beside his name.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Good stuff, bro. I just, like I said, we wanted to connect those dots, and once again, appreciate your time, and good luck this season.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.